Someone who provides support and guidance to a person who's dying and their family throughout the whole pan-death process. So that's during, usually after a terminal diagnosis, through active dying, through the death itself, the time period immediately after that. So lots of different kinds of support that are available through that sort of augment hospice palliative care. We're not a replacement, we're not medical professionals, but we do more of the sort of psychosocial, emotional, spiritual side of supporting the family and the dying person. We also offer support for the family to take care of the person who's died at home by themselves rather than going to a funeral home, which makes a big difference in the grieving process. And we help them do the paperwork that has to be done, the required paperwork, and we would help them set up the funeral and memorial service. We might lead it, or we might help them find the person that they want to lead it. So essentially we work with them what we call pan-death. It's the whole continuum of the process of pre, during, and post-death. They have an issue with the fact that when the legislation was written, the word midwife itself, by itself, was made restricted just to them. It was exclusive to them, to birth midwives. And what we're saying is that right from the beginning of, well, it goes back even farther than humans, but human history, midwives did both birthing and deathing, and that didn't stop until the 20th century, where in the 20th century birthing went into obstetrics, and the deathing part went into the funeral industry. Birth midwifery was revived in the 60s and 70s, and eventually the legislation was written in the mid-90s. At the same time, death midwifery was being revived. So essentially they were together before the 20th century, and then they split apart as they were revived in the later part of the 20th century. There are parts of Charter of Rights that relate to things like that freedom of expression isn't just about the speaker, it's about the listener. And our position is that when you start talking about death midwifery, people don't know exactly all of that, what that includes, because people don't know that they have the legal right to take care of their own dead. So they don't know about things like home funerals. But they do understand that it is an approach to death that is very different from the funeral industry. And that's my concern, is that the public understand that there is an option available to them that is not the typical conventional funeral home option. And so we're saying, well, we really feel that if the birth midwives should be calling themselves registered midwives, and that would make it really clear that they're registered with a college and they're trained to get that registration. And then, if that was the reserved title, then there would be no issue with using the term death midwife.